name is West Cox. I'm State House Representative for District 10. That's the Piedmont, Powdersville, White Plains area, and also goes into Pickens County and Greenville County. I grew up in Williamston. Went to Clemson undergrad, sold real estate for a couple years, worked in the community, and then went down to South Carolina for law school. After that, I had an opportunity to come back home to Anderson and jumped at that opportunity. Right now, I work with a small firm over in Williamston, Cox & Cole. Two-attorney shop, and work over there. I do mostly real estate, probate work, and things like that. About a year ago, or a little over a year ago, decided to run for the State House. I really felt a calling to serve. Felt like, we should really try to give back to our community. I was raised that way, raised that we should give more than we take, and so I feel like this is a good way for me to do that. I feel like it's a good way for me to make an impact on my community and to give back. So ran unopposed in the June primary, and then defeated an opponent in the general election, and just excited to get to work. Been doing this for about 60 days now, so still pretty new, but excited about everything, and excited about serving Anderson in my district.
What have you learned so far?
Two things. One, time has just a different meaning in the General Assembly. We went down for reorganization the other day, and it took about an hour and a half for everybody to choose their seats. But it's just a different, you're going to have to learn the process, and that's one of the main things I want to do over the next 2 years, is really kind of get in depth on the process and how to move bills through and really be an advocate for the community. The other thing sort of learned, and this is a lot of different requests come from you, different ways, different everything. So if you really want to reach out to me, I assume that my contact information will be posted with this, but I've got a website, I've got a Facebook page, I'm on the internet. You can find us at statehouse.gov, but the best way to reach out to me is to text me, email me, call me, reach out, and in that way, if there's an issue we can work with you on, we'll do it. If there's a constituent problem that you've got, we can get you to the right person in the right agency. It's really important to put a personal face with that. In today's internet age, we get requests from all over. Surprisingly, we get requests and things from all over the country. It's really kind of wild, but to know that someone local or one of our constituents needs something or has an issue they care about, it's really great to get that directly from you. So as a whole, the state's going to be looking at education. That's one of the big topics. We're going to be looking at some energy issues. From an education standpoint, that's such a wide, vast issue. So hard to really dial down into everything. Two of the things that I really care about on that are early childhood literacy. How do we get kids before they reach that third grade magic level to make sure they're literate, to make sure they can read, and because that just builds a great foundation. The other aspect of that too is what they call the summer gap. I mean, there's study after study of how kids lose out over that summer break, and we've started to address those issues at a local level and the state level. There's a state program, they've done that. I think the state program has been fully implemented for a couple years now. So we need to take it off the shelf, look at it, see if it's working, see the ways we can make it change. So that's a big issue that I care about. So if you've got any ideas about that, if you've got things that you think would work on that, get in contact with me. The other thing in education, I think would be great, because we've got a teacher shortage. Yes, we've got to retain the teachers we have, but we've also got to open it up for second career individuals, individuals that work 15, 20 years in a field, and they've got a really specialized knowledge about math or science or English or history or anything, being able to get them back into the classroom. We've done a good job in the state of doing that over the last couple of years, but we can do better. We can do better. We can decrease some of the requirements that they have to go through, some of the length of time to get those people in the classroom, because it just helps. It opens up another avenue of workforce, opens up another avenue of teacher, and that other knowledge of other careers can really help. It'll help when they're interacting with students. It'll help in the classroom and everything. So those are two of the things on education that I care about. The other things, I mean, obviously teacher pay has to be increased. We've got to reform the system. But again, when you're looking at these wide issues, you really kind of got to narrow down into a couple of things that you think you can make an impact on. So I think that's going to be one of the big things coming down this year. There are other things that legislative priority for me, just from a broad aspect of looking at each thing that comes up. We've got to look at it from, is this something the government should be doing? Is this something that the government can handle, or is it something that someone else can handle? Can the market handle it? Can our faith-based groups handle it? Can the community handle it? And so making sure we're doing that. That's check one. And then looking at it, if it is something the government should be handling, is this an effective way to do it? Is this a proper way to do it? Are we also putting the money behind it? Are we backing it up with the funds and everything? Because we can pass all the programs we want to, but if it's not in the budget, if it's not funded, it's not going to matter. And so we've got to do that. We've got to have reform conversation and funding conversations in the same breath.
How have you found working with the legislative delegation from Anderson so far?
Everybody's been excellent. I knew most of them prior to, just from being around the county and working with them, but everybody's been great. We've got a great team. We all seem to work together. Everybody's gracious. Everybody's lend a helping hand. I'm really excited about that. I think it's going to help the learning curve decrease greatly, being surrounded by all these people. In Anderson, we got to combine together. We've got to let people know that we are who we are and everything. And so we've got a great delegation working with that.